like I was saying, this is a series that will forever remembered as part of that, the Washington Sundar story. The point that I was actually making was that Gabba shot. And yes, that Pat Cummins shot. Yes, you will say that, a young man entering the scene. But then fast forward to this one. I do remember New Zealand and Washington Sundar having impact and the way he bowled to Rachin Ravindra last year and all of that. But nobody, when India came to England, when you analyze this team, how many of us said Washington Sundar will play a key part? Tell me. How many of us said that? We said Kuldeep Yadav, we said Jasprit Bumrah, we said Shubman Gill, we said KL Rahul, some of us even said Ravindra Jadeja with the bat. How many of us, hand on heart, did say Washington Sundar? All of a sudden, India pushes, and here you've got to give credit to Gautam Gambhir. Gautam Gambhir pushes this young lad forward and pushes him into the deep end. And he scores an important 50 when India was 411 for 6 in Edgbaston. Washington Sundar comes and forges a very important partnership with Shubman Gill. India gets to 587. And all of a sudden, 587, you have impact. England was under pressure. India gets that match in control. Day 5, it has rained. England is trying to save the game. A partnership has been forged. Stroke of lunch, Washington Sundar to Ben Stokes. Moment of the game, he picks up the England captain. He picks up that the England captain with that LBW, and thereafter it is all India. So the key moment, that's what India needed to win. The key moment in Edgbaston, it was Washington Sundar. Lords, he did everything possible. He set that game up beautifully. He scored runs. He bowled wonderfully well with the 4 wickets. He set it up with that 192 chase. Unfortunately, we weren't able to close Lords out. Manchester, series on the line. India 0 for 2. Rahul and Gill had done the brilliant job, but then they hadn't closed it. Both of them did come close, Rahul 90, Gill 100. But at that point in time also, England had a whole day, literally 2.5 sessions, when against the new ball, after KL Rahul got out to Ben Stokes, and you remember the Ben Stokes celebration, come in Washington Sundar ahead of Ravindra Jadeja and ahead of others. All of us in that Manchester press box were like, what is going on? Against the new ball, put into the deep end once again, Washington Sundar thrives. Thrives with his defensive technique. Thrives with his resilience, with his mentality, with his temperament, with his commitment, scores 100, stays unbeaten, saves the game. And you are already talking up Washington Sundar saying, boss, this is the making of this young man. This series has seen him flower. We are talking about the fact that how good is Washington Sundar as a batting all-rounder. People on our shows have started to say Washington Sundar should bat at number 3. We absolutely differ with that. But the fact is, people have been so impressed with this young man that they are talking him up. We have seen shades, we have seen colors, we have seen hues. But then come oval. India desperately needing some more runs, 323 for 9. Washington Sundar against the tail, with the tail rather, against an English attack which has the new ball. Did anyone imagine that counterpunch? It was better than Duckett and Crawley. It was better than anything that you have seen from the Indian tail. 50 runs added for that last wicket when Prasidh Krishna did not score a single run. Prasidh Krishna was actually not out on naught. And Washington Sundar, multiple parts of the ground, hitting English fast bowlers for sixes. That is the arrival of the young man. The coming of age of the young man, the completion of that cycle that Gautam Gambhir talks about, that this team will come of age, will learn, legacy taken, going back to India as mature players. And that is what we are celebrating. When he plays against the West Indies, when he plays against South Africa, you will see a different Washington Sundar. Because if Australia started the journey, England completed it. And credit to everyone, Gautam Gambhir mostly, for doing this for Indian cricket. This series, one of India's heroes, whatever the result on the final day, is Washington Sundar.